So for about a year now, I've been on a mission to slowly witchify my wardrobe. And within the realm of witchcore, I feel like I am slowly finding my little personal style within it, which has given me the confidence to go on a massive thrifting haul to just gather everything that I want to try and complete my wardrobe for winter. I didn't have a specific list, but I had a rough idea of the kind of items I was looking for. I needed some jumpers for winter, find something fine knit and slightly vintage feeling. I really wanted some more long skirts that I can layer with leggings and dresses to keep warm. And if nothing else, I just wanted to find things in rich purples and greens and oranges and browns so that I could balance out the black items already in my wardrobe. Arguably, a lot of my clothes could also fall into the realms of just gothic, grunge, whimsy goth, or dark princess aesthetic too, but we're going to be focusing on the witch version of styling stuff for today. First shop I go in and the first thing I find are the most Hannah Montana looking trousers, which I very nearly almost bought for Halloween, but I was on a mission so I stayed focused and bought the Jack Skellington looking ones instead. I also came across this really pretty Art Nouveau design skirt that I really regret not buying, but at least I did buy the most orange looking corduroy because it reminded me of pumpkin. For context, this thrifting trip was back in early August, so at the time I was very excited to see the first signs of autumn approaching. And as always, Dan kept finding the best things for me. I loved this purple jacket, but I felt like I would never end up wearing it, so I left it for another to love. I didn't really film any of the trips, but I got way more than I am currently holding here. They also had the cutest velvet boots, but they weren't my size and it broke my heart. It's the one thing I can't alter. And finally, I spotted the cutest dress in the window as we were paying for everything, but I was too shy to ask for it. But Daniel went back inside afterwards and bought it for me because he is the actual best. I will be honest with you all, I did not think I had bought this much until I put it all on the table together. I dread to think how much I actually spent. To get us started, I've organised it into 3 piles. First one is everything that I think should just fit me and I like as is. The second pile is stuff that I need to alter in some way. So it's either going to be too small for me, or I'm assuming it will be, I haven't actually tried this stuff on yet, or I just want to change stuff like the buttons or a collar or just little bits of tweaks. And the third and final pile are the things that I bought for just the outright intention of upcycling. I just want to put the disclosure out there that whilst I am trying very hard to not sound ill, I am recovering from a really bad cold/flu thing at the minute, and I've only just got my voice back and I'm getting very out of breath with every sentence. But I'm trying to be okay.
You should put that on a t-shirt.
So if I sound weird, that's why. Without further ado, let's get into a 90s dressing room montage. I love the swish. Whilst it is entirely possible, I have accidentally purchased a maternity top. When you tuck it into a skirt, it is a very cute Edwardian-inspired blouse, and that is how I will be using it. My bad. I forgot how cozy winter jumpers are. This is amazing. I'm obsessed with this top. This is absolutely something pulled straight out of Alphaba's wardrobe, and I love it. Moving on to pile 2, these are the items that I either want to alter or don't think are going to fit me. Love this dress. I really love the fabric on it, and it's also surprisingly thick as well, so it should be nice through winter. The only issue with this dress is I hate the buttons. They are just so shiny and new that I really want to replace them quite desperately. I love this skirt so much. It's got a beautiful texture, the layers are gorgeous. The only issue is that it is a lot bigger than I am. Drastically taking the waist so I can actually wear it. I'm scared to even try these on because it's a 10 and they're definitely not going to fit me, but look how nice that fabric is. I want me some Jack Skeleton stripes. Okay, I'm just a drama queen. I've got them on over the top of pajama shorts and they fit fine. They're actually, like, they look tiny, but they're actually stretchy, which I didn't realize. So it's all good. I definitely need to not wear them over pajama shorts so you don't get this, and I need to not wear them with knee-high socks so you don't get that weird Victorian newspaper boy look going on. But as a whole, these are going to be a nice item for next summer because this is going to be way too cold to wear through winter. I realized when I was about to put this one on, it's actually a children's dress. It's got a lot of stretch to it, so I reckon I could probably squeeze into it. I didn't think about children's arms being smaller. I can't tell if this is passable or not. Like, if I just treat it as a 3/4 length thing, is this passable, or is it just like, why is that grown-ass woman wearing a children's dress? It might look good from afar, but close up, it needs a lot of work. Shoulder pads are going. I am not a shoulder pad person. I do not need padding on my shoulders. It's a bit much for me. Stitching issues around all the buttoning. It's missing a button there for one. I doubt I'm gonna find a match for these, so I'm probably just gonna have to replace all of the buttons, which I'm not against. I feel like I could probably find something a little bit more witchy leaning for it. There's a lot of stitch work that's just kind of coming out on it, especially with like the hooks that hold the dress together at points. They're basically just ripped off, so I need to sort all those out. A lot of work to get it into a wearable condition. Now this dress might not need as much adjustments as I thought it did. Take it up a little bit and take it in a little bit, but it's not far off, and I do really like the cutout and lace trim design that it has. Thought I was gonna have to do something to the skirt to make it a bit more everyday wearable. Now that I've got it on, this thing is hella stretchy and hella roomy. So I don't necessarily have to do that. I don't know what I want to do with it, but I really love the foundation of it. This one makes me happy. And finally, onto the last two items, the orange corduroy skirts. So I bought both of these with the intention of using the fabrics to make some pumpkin-y inspired bodices and underbusts, and I thought those would be really cute for spooky season. I kind of thought there's no way I'd actually wear them because the whole, like, is it A-line that it's called? I don't know, I can't remember. But like this style of skirt and in like the stiffer corduroy denim kind of fabrics, I never wear skirts like that because I just feel uncomfortable in them. And I definitely wouldn't wear this one, but putting this one on, it's really soft. And I feel like actually I might wear this one because the fabric is still fluid enough that I feel like I'd feel comfortable in it, whereas it's the rigid ones that I don't get on with. It would obviously need adjusting. This one also has massive pockets as well, so like big plus. I might keep this one as a skirt, but this one is definitely going to be upcycled into some kind of bodice or underbust with a delightful pumpkin-y theme. Most of that fits pretty nicely, which is swell because that gives me less work to do. Of the things that need adjusting, I've made 4 piles. First pile are the 2 skirts with the waistbands that I need to take in slightly. Second pile, we've got the orange skirt and the black velvet dress, which I need to completely resize to fit me, so that's going to require work on the mannequin. Third pile are the tartan and purple dresses, which I want to replace all of the buttons on both of them, so I'm probably going to have to pop to the shop tomorrow to pick up some buttons for these. And then finally, we have the designated pumpkin skirt fabric, which I will be completely gutting to get out as much fabric as I possibly can. And then we can see exactly how much we have to work with and therefore what pattern we can actually use to make something with that. Starting off easy, we're just gonna get the waistband sorted quickly. I need to lose about 10 inches off this waistband. This black one should be pretty easy to adjust because it's just an elastic waistband. So if I just cut it open, pull out some of the elastic, cut off the excess elastic that I don't need, then I can just join it back together and seal it back up and it will just gather it in even more. And then it should fit me. I should probably cut it from the inside. That would be smarter. No. Ugh. I thought that was gonna be so nice and easy to do, but when they've constructed it, they very irritatingly band where it's all overlocked underneath, and that overlock includes the elastic waistband. So it's completely attached the entire way through, so I can't just cut out a segment and pull it tighter. I need to undo the entire waistband and make a new one. Using my baby scissors, I cut as close to the overlocking as I possibly could so I didn't lose too much fabric. I then unpicked and ripped out the elastic completely. With the elastic band flat, I measured out my waist measurement and cut off the excess, rejoining this into a closed loop. Next, I clipped the skirt to the new waistband, distributing it as evenly as possible, which required all of my clips. I machined these together at the top edge, making sure to stretch the elastic as I stitched it, which was very difficult to hold in place and maneuver. Finally, I folded the band inwards and clipped that in place, putting it through the machine one last time to complete the waistband, this time stitching it along the bottom edge of the band. And voila! This took about an hour to do, so definitely not the quick task I thought it was going to be. The waistband is definitely very untidy because it just wibbles the whole way along, because it was actually very difficult. It was one of those tasks where you kind of feel like you need 3 hands to hold everything still. But it is done and it is wearable. Although granted, still a little bit big. That's my fault for checking the elastic amount when I was sat down and over the top of a wall skirt. I have to admit, actually sewing again and messing with fibres, it has been making me sneeze so much. I am definitely not well. After the faff that was this waistband, I feel too scared to even go near this one. And this one is so beautifully stitched and put together, I feel like I'm just gonna ruin it. And it sits on my hips quite nicely, so I might just accept it as a hip-fitting skirt rather than a waist-fitting skirt. And yes, all of this is my own justification of really not wanting to sit and do another waistband. Let's gut the orange skirt, that'll be fun. To preserve as much fabric as possible, I only cut along the one seam to open it out. I then cut out the waistband, keeping it intact in case it would come in handy. I don't think it will, but I have it now as an option. I decided I wanted to use the truly Victorian corselet pattern, but I didn't want to rush it for the sake of this video, as I'm quite looking forward to having this piece for my wardrobe, so I put it to the side for now to give it the time it deserves at a later date. Moving on to my other orange corduroy skirt, this one I'm definitely keeping. I just needed to figure out how to get it to fit me. I wanted to preserve the pockets on the front, which came all the way around to the side seams. This meant that all of the excess fabric I was removing had to come out of the back panel alone. I began by separating the front and back panels. I then decided to unpick the waist facing to keep it intact rather than cutting into it. The back panel completely unattached. I cut maybe 4 inches off each side, trying to curve it out a little to keep the original shape of the skirt. I then clipped the side seams together and ran them through the machine. I quickly tried it on the mannequin to test the fit and then hand stitched the waist facing back on off camera. Despite being a 16, this thing isn't actually far off fitting me. The main thing is I definitely need to take the shoulders up, because if I just pull that down, it very much just gets loose everywhere. Shoulders have been adjusted so that the triangle that comes up on the front now meets with the triangle on the back, whereas before those didn't actually touch. This all gets the bust area to fit a lot nicer. The main issue is now around the waist, which has a lot of excess, so I'm basically gonna have to just curve the seams in here, which does mean taking out the zip and putting it back in again. Just a little annoying, but it will be worth it for the final result. I did get everything pinned ready, but then I kind of abandoned it because I was tired and the studio kept making me sneeze. I struck gold yesterday. I've got these 2 dresses that I want to replace all the buttons on, and I went down to the local fabric shop and I got 3 kinds of buttons to match the dresses. First up, for the green tartan dress, I got these really cool metal and black gemstone ones to replace the pearls, which is very much going to shift the aesthetic of the whole dress. And what makes them even more perfect is that I checked this with all of the buttons. They fit the buttonholes already in the dresses, so I do not have to touch any of the buttonholes. I can literally just replace the buttons, which is so lucky that I managed to find buttons the exact right size and also very aesthetic looking. Then for the purple dress, I got these beautiful bronze ones with a little star and horseshoe design on, which felt very witchy to me. And then I also got these little black ones to go on the cuff of those as well, just so there's a little bit of contrast. And yes, I am still fighting for my life trying to get rid of this cold. It keeps doubling back every time I think I'm getting better. So to take it a little bit easier with today's task, I am literally just cutting off old buttons and adding on new ones. I should be able to manage that. I was just organising my buttons to start the purple dress when I realised that one of them does not match all of the rest. It still looks pretty cool and pretty witchy though, so I don't hate it. I think I'm probably just going to make it the button that sits at the very top of the collar, so it almost looks like it's intentional that it's different from the others, when in actual fact, I just didn't notice when I bought them. This is what all the others look like. This is the one that I accidentally picked up because they look the same from the back. But I feel like that can still work and look pretty cool on it. It looks so much better with the new buttons. Look how cute they are. With the tartan dress, I decided to remove the pearls from the collar as well. They were cute, but I wanted the dress to have a more historical witch feel, and obviously I already mentioned that the shoulder pads had to go. Now that all the new buttons are on the other dresses, I do need to circle back to the black one because I pretty much just abandoned it and procrastinated once I realised I had to take the zip off, which actually isn't that big of a job. I'm literally just undoing the stitching so I can preserve the zip and then put it back on at the new line where I need to join them together. So yeah, it won't be too difficult to actually do, but I'm not very good at putting zips in. So this definitely won't be a really smooth, invisible zip like it originally was. It's probably going to be visible. Fun fact, by some miracle of the gods, I actually got it to look invisible again. I'm also not completely unattaching it. I'm taking it down to here because at this point, the new seam meets the old seam. So I don't need to take it down any further than that. But I'll just cut away the excess fabric and then repin it in place. Easy in theory. The easy in theory is already fiddly in reality. Ooh, it worked. It's actually gonna fit. Okay, time to get this all through the machine. I started with the one side seam and the shoulder seams first. I then switched the foot of the machine and completed my most successful invisible zip to date. And just a heads up, I did get 3 more things since starting this video, so you're going to be seeing those in the results. we're done. I apologize for how bad the lighting was for that entire segment. Throughout the process of like getting changed between each outfit, a lot of time passed and the light just went today. There's a storm outside, it's the end of the day, it is dark. I actually really liked making this video, even though I was ill for pretty much all of it. I really love the outfits that I've got, and even in the results I showed a fraction of the stuff I actually collected, and there are so many outfit combinations that can be made of everything that if I tried to do all of it in the results, we would still be here for the next hour. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's quite different from the stuff that I usually do. I still have the orange corduroy skirt that I've turned into a big sheet of fabric, and I've picked out the truly Victorian pattern that I want to use to turn it into one of those Edwardian corselet belt thingies. And I'm really looking forward to doing that. And I want to add some kind of embroidery embellishment design onto it. And I'm not sure what direction to go, because I can either lean into the pumpkin vibes and I can do some like green leafy vine work on it, or I could go a little bit more just Halloween in general and go some kind of spiderweb spider kind of design, or something else I haven't even thought of yet. So if you guys have any ideas for that, please let me know, because I'm quite looking forward to making it and I'd love your input. Oh my god, I'm still getting out of breath every time I talk. What do I usually say at this point? Don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to see some more of my videos. My upcoming video is going to be the living room renovation one, which I know I said that last time, but I had to delay it because there was a material order issue, but that material order has now arrived, so I can get it finished for the next video. And spoiler alert, this is the curtain for the living room. I just needed something for a backdrop today and it was there. Feel free to leave me a comment down below, because you guys know how much I love to chat with you all. And seriously, your comments just make my day and keep me going when I'm ill and tired and just all around exhausted. Oh my god, it's going so dark again. I better wrap this up. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye! Slowly witchify my wardrobe. Completely put that on backwards. Take 2.